Hello and welcome to another edition of The People's Rose. I'm Jarrett,
I'm Brooke.
and this is a reality TV podcast where we talk about reality TV.
Wow.
What a concept.
What a concept.
We already had an episode come out, so if you're looking for information about The Bachelorette information or just our reaction to The Bachelorette or Claim to Fame, it's the episode before this one. And we had really fun. It was a fun episode, couple of episodes that we talked about. So click in to that one if you prefer that to Big Brother. But right now we're gonna get right into it and talk about Big Brother. One of our favorite shows. It's starting off interesting.
Yeah.
In that, man, do we have a villain this season?
Yeah.
Our gal pal Angela. Man, and I'm not a baby for thinking this. She's mean. I got called a baby
You got called a baby online
for saying I thought she was horrible.
Listen, in tonight's episode, but I had seen clips throughout the week from the live feeds. Mm-hmm. She's literally mocking the way that Lisa walks, like to her face. She said at one point, she was like, "Wipe that smirk off your face, Lisa."
When a group of people of color approach her about, this is not this episode, but approach her about their perspective, she immediately victimized herself.
Yeah, but with like the Lisa stuff, was there something else with Lisa too?
Yeah, she said.
She called her a twit. It doesn't make sense to me. If Lisa had done something like put her on the block or like, played dirty or something, then I would I still would think it was mean, but I would maybe understand why she was doing it.
Right.
But she literally was just doing it like right in front of her face.
Yeah.
For no reason, which is bullying.
Yeah, and even outside of like, okay, we're all adults, it's Big Brother, so the bullying, maybe has a higher bar of clearance before you call it that. But it's just rude and mean, and you want people to vote for you. Like, yes, old school Big Brother involves a little more confrontation, but we gotta find a way. You gotta find a way to have people on your side.
Yeah.
And yes, they all voted to get rid of her.
And you gotta have reason for confrontation.
Yeah. Yes, they all voted to keep her around, but I don't think anyone's serious about working with or for Angela.
That's why I'm like, did I miss something this week? Because I can't understand why they sent Lisa home and kept Angela.
I think it comes down to Lisa has proven she can win a veto. She has got a slightly better game socially than Angela, and Tucker had kind of gone on a campaign and thinking she had a power.
Tucker
flush out.
Tucker
is bad at the game.
He had a vendetta against her.
Yeah.
Since day one when she tried to come for his job as a chef.
Not even day one, hour one.
He has been anti-Lisa, and I feel like other people have said she was annoying in the house, but he was just like going at her throat.
Chelsea said that he found that they actually wish they could get both Angela and Lisa out.
Yeah.
So I mean, these were the bottom people in the house and the structure, maybe except for Kenny, but he wasn't on the block.
Poor Kenny.
But again, I think they still would. I don't know really what's going on, but it was just, I know that people want good TV, and I love good TV.
Right.
But I love good strategy.
Right.
I love a good romance, a showmance, I should say. I love all of that. But I want the confrontation to be a little bit more involved with the game.
Same.
And not just that you have crazy eyes.
Same.
That's not
just a personal vendetta.
Yeah, that's baseless personal attacks to me aren't entertaining.
Agreed.
Now, if you call someone out as a liar and they were lying and you trap them, and you know what I'm saying, I get that.
Right.
I actually am okay with that.
Right.
And we've seen that happen before. I've watched many a live feed fight where it's he said, she said, stuff like that. But when someone walks by you and you say, like making fun of how they walk or how they smirk or if they're intelligent or not for no reason. And again, I can even maybe understand in situations where you are making a scene to ensure your life in the game. Like, if you upset this person, it'll throw them off their game. Like Paul did with Josh in the pots and pans and stuff. You know what I mean? To call people out. I can even wrap my head around that. Angela just seems like at a moment's notice she could do something.
There's no rhyme or reason.
It's horrible, man.
It's not strategy.
It's just
if she came in the diary room and said it was strategy, I would maybe respect it a teeny tiny bit more. But it's not even that. She goes in the diary room and becomes the victim. And it's like, what?
And that's another part of it. I would almost maybe it's a whole different world. Just like you said. I guess this is exactly what you said. This is exactly what you said. If she would own up to it, I could maybe get on board.
Right.
But it's the victimization, and it is shades of in a totally different way, but that like where the game doesn't match how they act. Of I don't know her real name. I do know it, but they called her a rat. They used to call her a rat, and she's won Big Brother before. She was on Big Brother 16. She was with Nicole Franzel.
Oh.
Nicole Franzel would do all these things, and then like, oh, woe is me. Why are they? Why? Because you're a strategist, and you don't act like one.
Yeah.
She is a bully, but acts like she's getting bullied.
Yeah.
And then screams at the top of her lungs about peace and love and inner light and shining. And it's just like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah. I could go on and on about how annoying she is. That's another thing. It's just like,
well, I'm just like at this point, I'm wondering who her next victim is gonna be,
truly.
And I think it's gonna be Quinn.
Yeah, we talked. Yeah, like
which I like Quinn, and I'm kind of upset that he's in the crossfire.
Now he he's done this to himself.
He is talking too much.
He's made 17 alliances.
Yeah.
He's telling too many people too much stuff.
Yeah.
He told Angela that he had the power for no reason.
Oh my gosh, that was such a mistake.
Yeah, he's not thinking. He's doing too much.
You're right.
And that's why I don't think he's going to go far, which is why I'm not even attaching myself to him.
I think he's too excited because he's a super fan.
Yeah,
and he's in the house. And I think you're right. He's just too excited. He's doing too much. But the crazy part is that Angela tried to then throw him under the bus by telling everyone he had a power.
Or at least telling Tucker.
Well, but then Tucker told that whole group of people.
Right, but they didn't believe it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is they didn't believe it.
Uh-huh.
Which does say that in some way he's playing a good game because they trust him.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it's just a bad place. So, the live episode, I like it. Now, I actually have seen some stuff online, some differing opinions on the new format. Typically they they'll have a head of household to veto 2 nominees, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they've changed it. We discussed it at the beginning of the season, where they have 3 nominees, a veto, 1 pulls himself off. Then a live eviction episode, they have the BB Arena where 1 can take themselves off, and we go down to 2.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about it is, and we've discussed this before, how we don't know who's going home. We don't even know who's going to be the final nominees.
Yeah.
Going in that final hour before the eviction.
Yeah.
And we get to see the house's reaction, who that's going to be.
Yeah.
Now the part that we would really like, and Julie is begging them to do, is them to come in and be like, please keep me. I don't know where your head's at, but let's talk about it. But they just come in and just like.
But I think the fact of the matter is they already know if it's these 2 people, we're doing this. If it's these 2 people, we're doing this.
Right, but they say that, but there's been so many blindsides so far.
Yeah, true.
Well, so many. It's only been a couple weeks, but Matt was blindsided. Lisa McKinney. These people are like, what? And so that's why I'm like, wake up. Yes, you have no clue what could be happening.
Yeah.
So it's your time to say, Where's your head at?
And
what are we doing?
I'm sorry, but Kenny, bless his heart.
What?
Kenny was the only one to vote out Angela. He's clearly on the outs of the whole entire house. I don't even think he's playing a game.
Yeah, he's been threatening to self-evict.
No, real has he really?
Yeah, a little
Kenny. I don't know why Matt leaving shook him to his core. I think he just was like, I think Matt was just like the only person that he saw himself maybe working with.
Right. Yeah, but it's time to adapt, Kenny. Like, get over it. You're the odd man out. Use it to your advantage. You know what I mean? Be an asset for people. Every week, I would be like, you know me, I don't have any alliances in this. I would go to the HOH.
Okay, victim.
I would say, you know me, every week I go to the HOH. I don't have any alliances. I just want to stay another week. Tell me what you need me to do. You know what I mean? You want me to throw a veto for you? I can do that. You want me to, you know what I'm saying? You want me to rile somebody up? Let me do it. You need a scapegoat? I'll go out there and scream at Angela right now if you need me to.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of stuff.
No, I mean, like he's definitely, you're right. There's more that he could be doing.
So it's hard for me to feel bad for him. Like, you're on the show.
Well.
Yeah. And no one is bullying him. He's just not relating to anybody.
He might be a little depressed. He might miss his family.
Well, I'm sure everyone is. So yeah. Okay, so I like the fact that going into that night, we don't know what's going on, and there should be a little bit of that. I don't like the unanimous vote, and that happened because we keep up with the live feeds. Even if we don't watch it, we keep up with what's happening. So what happens in the old format is what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, when they have the veto ceremony?
That's
Monday?
true. Thursday. Oh, yeah.
Come Monday, basically. That's like 4 days of nothing happening.
True.
And we're begging for something to happen. But even if there's a blow up, it doesn't really change because people are just like, let's just stick with the plan. That's what always ends up happening.
True.
So this prevents that. It keeps look, we've done this 2 weeks and what? Things have been crazy all week long because it's been So, but the perspective I've seen online from people who are not watching the feeds is that they did like those filler segments because they don't know the house guests. And we're trying to did need those segments to get to know them a little bit more. And they don't have as much context for what's happening.
Oh, that's true. I mean, that makes sense.
Think about how busy we were this week with, being out of town and stuff. And we were a little bit like, so wait, it flipped? You know what I mean?
True.
Imagine if you weren't following the live feeds at all and all you had were the episodes.
Right.
You probably are just like, okay, so nothing makes sense.
Right.
So I can see that. But I think there's a happy medium. But we can't just go cold turkey back to what we were doing before.
Right. But what I miss the most is HOHs on Thursdays. Live HOHs. I don't know why they took that away.
I think it's they have a comp on Thursday that means something now, right?
Yeah.
The HOH on a Thursday is good when it's impactful, because sometimes it would happen so fast and it would be the person you absolutely did not want to win, and so you're just like, oh dang it, you know what I mean?
True.
I think how HOHs, they still happen on Thursday, like in the real world. They're gonna do it. They're probably doing it right now. They just cut the feeds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, they're the back. I see that they're all getting into athletic gear.
Yeah, they were, before we started the podcast, they were talking about they need to get into athletic gear. So yeah, they have they're still doing it on Thursdays, but this gives them a competition every episode, and it doesn't have to be as anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's true.
And for the people who are just watching the show, it gives them another reason to make sure to tune in.
True.
On Sunday.
True. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So
because those Sunday eps would sometimes be kind of boring.
Super boring.
Yeah.
You already know who the HOH was.
Right.
Sometimes Sunday ups were literally, for the people who watch the feeds, were just to see people's diary rooms.
Yeah.
We just wanted to make sure we understood the context of what people were doing.
Right.
But yeah, so I like this season a lot so far. I like what they're doing. Hold on. I like this season and where it's going, even if I strongly dislike some of the players.
Same.
I really just
But isn't that every season? Like, aren't there every season there's some people that you're just like, oh my, and some people that you're like rooting for?
Yeah, but there's been a couple seasons where even the people I was rooting against, I like was entertained by.
Yeah.
Or they were like, I liked to watch them bumble around. Like I'm thinking of Faute, and
oh my god.
And they were, they even had an Aggie on their side.
Yeah.
Bailey could get a little annoying, but
yeah,
it was almost fun to watch them fail. Does
yeah,
that make sense?
Yeah.
Angela, I just don't even want to watch.
Yeah.
I know some people online are just loving her antics.
Yeah.
But Cracked, I prefer my Cracked house guest to be a little more like Izzy.
Yeah.
Izzy was crazy, but she wasn't a bully unless there was a confrontation about game.
Right.
And now she would talk about people.
Right.
But she wouldn't just walk up to you and be like, you have crazy eyes.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's, We'll see. Okay, so let's think about it. Anything else that we missed this week? We covered Angela. I'm glad we got this.
What were the
Angela's
comps
fight.
this week? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, well, the HOH comp was just the memory comp.
Yeah.
The viral videos.
Yeah. Oh, the veto.
Yeah, the stacking.
I'm not gonna lie. Kenny killed it in that veto.
He did a good job.
He did a great job.
I don't understand why other people didn't stack it the way he did.
Right.
But he did that, and then that veto episode was also the episode where we saw that she did correctly clock the core alliance of Cedric, Chelsea, and Cam.
Yeah.
Except she also put in T-Core.
Yeah.
But T-Core was kind of on the periphery of that core alliance in saying that they would like to at least all make jury.
Right.
But not confirming to work together as a true alliance. And then Angela did you see that to Quinn, that's the group.
Yeah.
That's the group. Now she backtracked. And this is another thing. She's a bold-faced liar.
Yeah.
She claims that, I was never saying that that's the group to watch out for. I was saying, that's the group of swell pals that I just want to work with.
That's the group I want to join. I want to work with.
I want you to join them with Angela. Shut
Yeah, that is
I'm
true.
a grown man.
She did do that.
You are not going to lie to my face like that.
And so when Quinn heard that, Quinn told T-Core.
Who he's also cool
T-Core told Cedric. Cedric told Chelsea. And Chelsea was like, I'm going to the source.
Right.
So that's how he got all the way back to Angela.
Right.
And then Angela. And now Quinn is public enemy number one to
and
Angela.
So she's, calling out Quinn. And why would you do that? You're horrible. And then T-Core hears, and T-Core tries to explain the reason we're upset by this is because of the, when people, racial or minorities feel like we can't even. He said, "No, don't do that, baby.
Yeah.
Don't you dare! Don't call me racist.
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me."
And then T-Core is like, "Fine, whatever." There's more to it, but
yeah,
she just eventually was just like, "I'm out of here." And
T-Core was like, why would I even waste my breath on this?
Oh, okay. They're definitely doing the HOH. I mean, the HOH comp because
they went to animals.
They went to animals now. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, and she dipped, and so then now it's the Angela victim show,
right?
Where she's crying and she's eating her avocado, sobbing, and that's when she was pulling Quinn and telling Lisa to wipe that smirk off her face.
Oh my god!
Nobody likes her. Nobody, and they were saying she's dug a hole.
She's just a liability to work with,
and it's just been a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the week. Then we had, like I said, our episode where we had the Lisa fight. We just saw more of the same from Angela. We saw more of Tucker spiraling and his paranoia towards Lisa and just in general in the house. And so those are our casted characters. Now, Brooke, I don't know if we can have a full-blown showmance watch.
Oh my gosh.
But we must get a showmance breakdown of the romance on the show, a showmance in the Big Brother house. It's been a crazy week. Like I said, we are adult. Well, everyone's an adult, but we've got a family we're running, and we were on vacation and we had jobs. And so we're getting bits and pieces. We're watching live feeds where we can. But just give us a layout of what we've surmised is the romance, because you're not seeing this on the show.
So
if you're watching the show, you don't know this. So this is insight into what's going on.
So okay. Last week I said I was rooting for MJ and Leah, and I don't know if I still stand by that.
Okay.
Because I just am seeing some red flags, red flag behavior from Leah, and that she's almost desperate for a showmance.
Yeah.
And I feel like if she gets into a showmance, then she will definitely go with that over MJ.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I also feel like they have the potential to be mean girls, but I mean, Angela's mean girl number 1 right now. So I don't know. So basically, we have a lot of crushes, but not a lot of action.
Yeah.
So Leah has gone on record talking about how she likes Tucker, but apparently Tucker basically told her to his face he was not interested. Yeah. The only person that he might be interested in is Rubina, but he does not want to get in a showmance.
Right.
Which, famous last words.
Right. Give it time. Y'all will be in there for months.
Right. So then Leah kind of set her sights on Cam.
Kind of.
But
Cam also has his sights on her.
But it's also one of those things of like, oh, he really likes me. I don't know if I'm into him.
Right.
So.
But she does think she's cute and she likes to flirt.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you're like, hey, Cam.
Right.
And then you turn the corner and it's like, oh my gosh, Cam is all over me.
Which I don't like that.
Right.
Just go all in or go all out.
Yeah, we know you.
Okay. And then we have Quinn and Leah. They have like a cute little flirty thing going on.
Yeah.
But nothing more than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have some people saying that Chelsea has a crush on Cam.
Right.
But she hasn't actually said that, has she?
I think she kind of has said like she could maybe with Cam. Okay. I don't think it's been anything past that.
Okay. And then we kind of circle back to Tucker and Rubina, which will they, won't they?
So this is your flow. Chelsea likes Cam, who likes Leah, who likes Tucker, who likes Rubina, and it's more and then the flowing the other direction isn't as strong. Yeah,
there's not a lot of reciprocation.
Right, Rubina and Tucker do have if of the things that have happened so far, minus Mackenzie and Matt, Rubina and Tucker do have an equal.
Yeah.
But I think they also equally are kind of like, but let's focus on the game.
Right.
Now, let's give it a month and a half when you haven't, you know what I mean, flirted with anybody else.
Right.
Now you're like, you know what? Mm-hmm. Maybe I need a showman. Mm-hmm. It always happens.
Always.
But I think that if they're in the house much longer, I expect some hammock time, some longful looking into each other's eyes. Although with Tucker, with his...
Listen, Tucker is a zany dude.
Very
zany.
There's
no other way to put it than he is zany.
I described him as a mix between Zach Rance and who did I say? Zach Rance and Johnny Mac. He is loud. He's out there. He's got the chin like Jay Leno. He's got the posture of Heath Ledger's Joker. He's got the voice of your average frat boy from Massachusetts. He is... But also maybe with a hint of Italian mobster. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
he's like...
This is quite the description.
Right. And then he's got the paranoia of Angela.
Like,
he doesn't act on it, but he's like, I know that you have the power.
Yeah.
We need to talk. You know what I mean?
He was trying to flush those powers out this week.
Yeah. And he was... What did he say? I have studied human psychology for 10 years.
Oh my God.
And it's like, he didn't make it seem like he had a master's in psychology.
Right.
He could. I don't want to just out of hand deny this. But you being a therapist and seeing how long and what really studying human psychology for 6 to 8 years looks like, I think he's just saying, I like to read Wikipedia articles about human psychology. And, I could be dead wrong. This guy could be a genius.
Right.
But the way he acts on it is like, look at you, you're smirking. That means you're lying.
Yeah, I mean, he's very manipulative. What he, basically got Mackenzie to admit.
And he lucked out because he's very aggressive and confrontational. That had he tried that on someone else who wasn't so ready, like a lot of people are operating out of fear. She admitted it to him because she was like, I don't want him to think I'm lying and then not trust me. It's Big Brother. People aren't going to trust you.
Right.
He immediately was like, that was a bad move for her to admit to that.
Right.
She should have just denied it. I'm like, well, bro, you
manipulated her.
Then,
he was literally like, you have power. I know you have power.
Then he gets Lisa, and Lisa, who, they hate each other or whatever. Even she is trying to half own up to stuff. That's not even true.
Right.
So if he's gonna have to watch it, or maybe he won't. Maybe he'll be able to do that till the end of the game.
I think he legit. I think I saw a clip of him talking about him actually confronting her, saying she's not a chef.
Yeah, he's done that, but I mean, so people. That's a shame that people are just, they taste your cooking and they're like, you're probably
right. That's devastating.
Yeah. I actually was annoyed by Lisa as well. I didn't. People said she looked kind of like Kimmy Gibbler, and she was all about vibes, and she was putting glitter in people's food. That's a lot of stuff that annoy me as well. But at the end of the day, I feel like she was kind of unfairly outcast.
I agree.
And again, I dislike her, but more so than Angela, I was like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Maybe it's best you got out of there because it didn't seem like it was going to get much better for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else before we get into our picks for this week for Big Brother?
No, let's get into the Olympics.
Well, before we get into that, for Big Brother, we got to go favorite.
Oh.
Least favorite.
Okay.
And who we think is going to win.
Okay.
You want to go first or me go first?
You go first. Okay.
I think my least favorite, surprise, Angela. Can't stand her. At this point, who do I think is going to win?
I would just like to point out that last week you said you thought Lisa was going to win.
Did I say that?
You literally said you thought Lisa was going to... Oh, sorry.
I'm 0 for 2.
Yeah.
I'm 0 for 2 so far. Yeah, well, I could see it being Rabina. And I don't
winning?
I don't even want to say that. And then she gets sent home next week. Mm-hmm. Someone also pointed out line that basically so far it's like Angela bullies you, then you get sent home has been the thing, how it's gone on this week. So I'm hoping she doesn't get bullied. She can avoid that and she goes all the way. I think she is who I think should win. And I don't know if I have a favorite quite right now. I don't feel myself being pulled.
Wait, who'd you pick to win?
Rabina.
Oh, Rabina.
I don't feel myself being pulled to anyone exactly per se. So by default, this is truly by default. It doesn't matter the reality show or the person. Since Mackenzie is from and resides in Houston, Texas, I'm going to put MJ as my favorite. Kind of as a default.
Yeah.
Who are your picks?
So, least favorite, Angela. Most favorite, I'm still riding with Chelsea. Mm-hmm. And who I think is going to win, I'm still sticking with Quinn.
Oh, Quinn's definitely not winning.
He needs to simmer down.
His game's way too messy.
He needs to simmer down, but I could see it.
We'll see. Okay. Well, that's it for Big Brother, but it's not it for the pod.
No.
We don't have a Brooks Buzz this week, do we?
No, just, the Olympics are taking over my life.
Yeah.
For someone who does not like sports, I'm very into the Olympics right now.
Right.
So.
And we're so into the Olympics. We've got a special segment for everybody. Yes, we have caught the Olympic fever. We have an Olympic segment. Cue the music. Thank you. We are going to honor some of the athletes, some of the Olympic participants, with something way better than medals. You can catch those at any Olympics.
Yeah, come on.
Those happen honestly, less than that with the Winter and Summer Olympics. You know what I mean? You can get a medal anytime, any place.
Yeah.
we're the only place handing out roses.
Yeah.
And these are better than real medals you can hold on to forever. These are hypothetical and totally made up.
Yep.
We're handing out roses for our reality TVs watching this week, and for the real Olympics.
Not just any roses. Gold, silver, and bronze roses.
And the ultimate, the People's Rose, which is better than all of those.
Yes.
Okay, let's start off. I would like to give a bronze rose. Excuse me. We would like to give a bronze rose to Sam N for winning the rugby competition, right? It's a physical competition. Yes, it's just on a reality TV show. But he gets hold on. We're getting some updates here. I heard that it's just been revoked.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because he wore a leather jacket.
Oh,
the leather jacket is what's going to disqualify him from that rugby win.
Disqualified, and honestly, you have to be sent home.
You have to be sent home.
You're no longer part of the running. Sorry.
An additional bronze rose. We're going to giving out a bronze rose for gymnastics to Angela. And the mental gymnastics she had to do to turn her house guests trying to give her perspective about their race experience in the house to her being the victim of bullying.
Yeah, that takes some skill there.
A lot of skill.
That takes some skill.
A lot of athletes don't have the endurance to do the kind of gymnastics that she's
when you
off.
Could simply just say, "Oh, thank you. Thank you for enlightening me."
And that's why they didn't get a bronze
rose. I'm
rose.
sorry.
Right. That kind of effort won't get you a bronze rose here. If you want those kind of a bronze rose for mental gymnastics like Angela did, you gotta be willing to put in the work and effort she did. Let's go to our silver category. We're gonna give a silver rose to Jen, our bachelorette, for we're gonna say archery for shooting Sam in the heart and sending him home at the right time. Sometimes you gotta be quick.
She put him out of his misery. Out of his misery.
Yeah,
time to go.
You don't want it to drag on. You want good sportsmanship. We're also giving her a good sportsmanship award. You know what I mean? To just get it over with. You know what I mean? Not drag it out.
Right.
And we applaud her for that.
Right.
We're also, because he should win something. You said he's a little depressed. Let's go ahead and give a silver rose to Kenny from Big Brother.
You know, Kenny really blew it out of the water with that veto competition.
Right.
There wasn't even anybody close. Brooklyn was like, "Oh, I got it up to my shoulders." Girl, it was hanging on by a thread up to your shoulders.
Right, exactly.
He really, really killed it in the comp, so he deserves a silver rose.
Right. So you're not going to get a silver medal for stacking ones and zeros in the Olympics, but you will get a silver rose from the People's Rose.
Yes,
Kenny.
yes.
Let's get to our gold roses. Now these are going to even be beyond just reality TV.
Well, the Olympics sports are reality TV.
And they're kind of showing that because this Olympics has been more online than anything we've got.
Inside the Olympic Village, I can't get enough.
Right. I think everyone is really liking the personalities of these athletes.
Yeah.
So that being said, we're giving our first gold rose out to Alona Mayer and the entirety of the U.S.
Let's
Rugby
just give
7.
him a round of applause.
Let's just clap it up for him. Her social media presence is pretty much unmatched.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to just the inside look of what it looks like at the Olympics. And so her social media posts, I think everyone's enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
And then our ladies, the Eagles went out there and got that bronze medal.
Yep.
By in the last second defeating Australia in an extraordinary play.
Yeah.
So they gave you a bronze, we're giving you a gold.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
You got the gold.
In a surprise upset, we are giving a plotting and scheming gold rose to HUD and Adam. Wow. I mean, I think we all were aghast.
Amazing gameplay.
It's incredible. It's
total blindside to Naomi.
Exactly. And you have these competitors like Naomi that think they're shoo-in for these awards.
And don't get me wrong, Naomi, you probably knew more celebrities than anybody else there.
But sometimes that's just the way the competition shakes out.
Yeah.
And so
and she even admitted, she said, I got outplayed.
And it's moments like these that make it's why you play the games, because on paper no one thinks Adam's winning any game.
No.
Plotting and scheming.
No.
But, when it came down to it, he had a great partner in HUD.
Mm.
And now, oh my goodness, we've got to an award better than a gold rose, silver rose, or a bronze rose. Let's just get those preliminary claps in. This week's People's Rose for the Reality Olympics goes to Simone Biles, Suni Lee, Jade Carey, Jordan Childs, Hesley
Rivera,
our women's gymnastic team, for not only winning the gold in women's team for gymnastics, but also to Simone and Suni today, winning gold and bronze respectively, individual all around.
First U.S. gymnast, or maybe any gymnast, I don't know, but I'll say U.S. First U.S. gymnast to win the all-around twice.
Yes, and the first gymnast to do it since the 60s.
Yeah, okay.
And she's also the first one to do it non-consecutively. Suni Lee is the first one to win gold and then come back and medal at the next Olympics. Suni is one of the greatest American gymnasts of all time. Simone Biles is the greatest gymnast of all time.
You can't deny it.
You can't deny it, and they're some of the greatest athletes in the world right now. It was such an honor seeing them represent their country and my hometown in Spring, Texas, where Simone is from. But that doesn't get you a People's Rose. It gets you close.
Yeah.
What puts these girls over the mark, and this is what a lot of people won't tell you, is that they had the wherewithal, the intentionality to circle back and clap back on the haters. Let's give them another clap.
Yep.
If you'll remember, these girls faced trauma and abuse by the hands of Larry Nassar and people in and around the United States gymnastics organization.
Yep.
But these ladies, they represented us not just in the athletes, but standing up against this kind of oppression. And someone, I won't even name them, you know what I'm saying? Well, we all know Miss Michaela Skinner, as a result of these practices not being around, kind of insinuated that because of that, today's girls in the national team for gymnastics don't have as much talent, don't have as much work ethic to go out there and win, right? She made those comments, and immediately all these women for the national team had a chip on their shoulder. They had something to prove. So they go out there, they don't say much, they go out there and win. And after they win, Simone Biles posted, what'd she say? Lack of talent.
She said, lazy, untalented,
lack of talent.
Olympic champions.
Kind of a
That's all she needed to say.
And she immediately had this overwhelming support of everyone in the organization, which shows me that it was more than just her. Everyone felt this way.
Yes.
I would say Michaela's comments were unwarranted, ignorant, insensitive. She should have kept them to herself.
Definitely.
And for our ladies, they're already facing doubts from haters online, other countries, more or less. I don't know how much the actual rivals are, but to have that from your own fellow competitors in your own nation probably was a letdown.
Yeah.
They didn't let that stop them. They went out there, they won. They gave great TikToks, and they gave great reality drama.
They
did.
For
that, these women are more than deserving
of the People's Rose.
Let's clap it up for them one more time. So that was our first edition of the Reality Olympics. Join us next week for our closeout ceremony to the Reality Olympics. It's only a 2-week thing.
Man, that's sad. Time
flies, but we're hoping you're enjoying watching the Olympics and all the reality adjacent things surrounding that. We are just being spoiled with stuff to watch. It's a blessing to be able to have time to watch all this stuff. And we just are thankful if you've spent your time listening to us react and giving our opinions on it. We, again, are just going to continue to watch all our favorite reality TV shows. You can follow us on social media at The People's Rose on the social media websites that you like. If you're saying, man, these guys have got some very beautiful, lovely sounding voices, I wish I knew what they look like. We are on YouTube at The People's Rose. We are on Instagram and TikTok and where you can get us in bits and pieces or the segments on YouTube. Again, thank you for listening. We greatly appreciate it. If you've liked the show, I ask you sincerely from the bottom of my heart, please leave a good rating.
Mm-hmm.
We were review bombed over a misunderstanding. It's just like, it's crazy, that people even care. But anyways, we care.
Oops.
Please, if you could leave us a nice review on whatever podcast listening service you use, it'll really help us out.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking to continue, like I said, talking about reality TV. In the coming weeks, we might even venture into some HGTV content. So look forward to that, because that is a part of our reality TV experience as well. So, Brooke, you got anything else to say?
That's it. We covered it all.
We have covered it all. We are excited. I'm actually pumped for some reason. We recorded 2 episodes, and I feel like I'm ready to launch into a third.
Ready to
one.
go? Let's do a
We're
third.
talking about Olympics. Unfortunately, we don't have content to talk about anymore. Unless you want to hear a podcast about our fears of potty training. But I doubt it. And so with that, I gotta say bye, Brooke. Anything?
Peace and blessings.
Bye.
Bye.